In the crisp, decaying autumn of 1957, nestled deep within the isolated woods of rural Massachusetts, the ancient stones of St. Mary's Convent seemed to hold their breath. It was here, as the leaves turned to blood and rust, that a chilling series of events began to unfold. The catalyst was Sister Agnes, a new arrival whose past was a closed book. She came with no history, only a fervent, almost punishing devotion. At first, her piety was seen as a blessing, a model of discipline in their quiet lives. But soon, admiration curdled into a quiet, creeping dread. The other sisters began to notice unsettling peculiarities. A profound, unnatural chill would follow in her wake, and the chapel candle seemed to flicker and dim whenever she passed. She was seen wandering the stone-cold corridors long after midnight, muttering not in Latin prayer, but in a guttural, unknown language that seemed to claw at the sacred silence of the convent. It began with whispers in empty corridors and the faint, unsettling scent of sulfur. Soon, the haunting escalated. Strange occurrences began to plague the convent. Heavy doors slammed shut, crucifixes spun wildly, and eerie chants echoed through the chapel at night, extinguishing candles and chilling the very souls of those who heard them. As palpable fear gripped the convent, most nuns retreated into fervent prayer. But Sister Mary, the youngest among them, felt faith required action. While others hid, she documented the events, her determination a small flame against the darkness. Her suspicion fell upon Sister Agnes, whose piety had recently twisted into a silent, unnerving intensity. One moonless night, she followed Sister Agnes's shadowy form to the chapel. Peeking from behind a cold stone pillar, she witnessed a terrifying sight. Sister Agnes was suspended in mid-air, her eyes glowing with an unearthly red malice, wreathed in a vortex of swirling, dark energy that seemed to drink the very light from the room. In that moment, the serene facade of Sister Agnes shattered, her features twisted into a grotesque mask of malice, her eyes burning with an unholy light. It became terrifyingly clear she was not a nun at all, but a malevolent entity that had infiltrated the convent, a wolf cloaked in the holiest of garments. The nuns, paralyzed by fear, watched as the entity dissolved into the shadows of the stone walls. By the time local authorities arrived, summoned by a frantic call, Sister Agnes had vanished. The only evidence left behind was a lingering scent of sulfur and a profound, bone-deep cold that clung to the air. The discovery sent shockwaves through the religious community. The church tried to quell the panic, speaking of a troubled woman, but the whispers persisted. Parishioners were left to question the nature of their faith and the terrifying reality of evil, wondering how such a presence could walk among them undetected. The convent was soon abandoned, its halls left to silence and decay. To this day, the events at St. Mary's remain a chilling local legend. It stands as a grim reminder that darkness can wear the guise of piety, and that unknown forces may lurk in the most sacred and unexpected places.